From the 8th century BC, the lands of present-day Croatia were inhabited by Illyrians and Liburnians. Soon, the Roman Republic began to become more and more powerful, which contributed to its territorial expansion. In 229 BC, the Roman Republic began the Illyrian Wars, which lasted with interruptions until 168 BC. After that, the Roman Republic began to integrate Illyrians, but only in 27 BC these areas were incorporated into the Roman Empire as the province of Illyricum. Then, until the fall of the Western Roman Empire, they were his province, and after its fall, Ostrogoths and Odoacer were present in some of the areas. Odoacer conquered Dalmatia after the death of Julius Nepos in 480. Odoacer was a troublesome neighbor for the Byzantine emperor, and the Ostrogoths had recently devastated Thrace, so the emperor encouraged Theodoric the Great to conquer Odoacer's lands, and in 493 he succeeded, and the Ostrogoths began to control the Italian lands. In 535, a war began between the Byzantine Empire and the Ostrogothic kingdom. One of the main reasons for this state of affairs was the murder of Theodoric the Great's daughter Amalasuntha by Theodahad. In 535, the Byzantine Empire took control of Dalmatia, and in the following years they occupied all the Ostrogoth territories. At the same time, in the 6th and 7th centuries, the first round of Slavs arrived in the Balkans and began to settle here. After all, they were mostly in the Balkans, but soon after their arrival, Pannonian Avars also appeared and subjugated the southern Slavs and separated them from the eastern and western Slavs. The Slavs were not treated well by the Pannonian Avars, which led to the creation of Samos Empire, which existed from 623, 631 to 658, and included the areas of Moravia, Nitria, Silesia, Bohemia, and Lusatia. They rebelled against the Pannonian Avars and became a separate state body. At the beginning of the 7th century, white Croats arrived in the lands of present-day Croatia and settled there, and in the territories of present-day Serbia, white Serbs who settled there ceased to be subject to the Pannonian Avars and began to be loosely subject to the Byzantine Empire. The ruler of the Croatians, Father Porga, and Porga himself are known from this period. It is also known that the Croats were gradually baptized by missionaries from Rome. In 785, Vítislav became one of the first Croatian princes. He reigned from 785 to 802, and during this time he successfully defended his territories against Charlemagne's attacks. In 791, a military campaign against the Avars began, which turned out to be a victory, and the Avars were expelled from Croatia. In return for help, Prince Voinomir recognized Charlemagne as his sovereign, promised to convert to Christianity, and name his territory the Duchy of Lower Pannonia. Charlemagne again in 796 won the victory over the Avars with the help of Prince Voinomir, and the Franks became the rulers of northern Dalmatia, Slavonia, and Pannonia. Charlemagne also conquered Istria. Charles's next target was the Principality of Vítislav. The Franks, under the leadership of Eric, besieged the city, but without success. Led by Prince Vítislav, the inhabitants defended themselves by throwing spears, huge stones, and shooting arrows at the invaders, thanks to which many of them were killed. Eric's forces then fled from their positions and, unfortunately for them, were routed in an ambush by Vítislav's forces. Eric died during this battle, and his defeat turned out to be a great blow to the Carolingian Empire. Vítislav did not become a vassal of Charlemagne until his death, but only a year after his death the Croatians were defeated and became a vassal of Charlemagne. I hope you like this new concept on the channel. It is a very time-consuming process to make such an episode, so please leave a like, subscribe, and share the video. I hope you liked it and see you in the next episodes, and I apologize for any mistakes if there were any. See you soon.